On the line with me this morning is Gia Grettler, and we're talking about, a wonderful thing. Gia, good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us. Brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Gia, we're talking about something that is really neat, and we've of course had this over the past few years. IUP's version of Penn State's Thon. It's the Mini-Thon, and wow, this year was a tremendous success, wasn't it?
Yeah. So we somehow managed to reach our goal. We raised this year $50,356.88.
Wow, that's just amazing because, the challenges this year were different than any ever before, weren't they?
Oh, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, luckily, I think we stayed super organized throughout the year and really stayed on top of things. Mm-hmm. So then, when it came for school closure and we lost our last 2 weeks of fundraising, I think it was super helpful that we got a lot done prior. But yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, especially during this time, that we can help so many kids.
Yeah, well, let's tell folks about it. First of all, let's introduce the IHS Leadership Seminar. What is that?
So IHS Leadership Seminar this year, it's about a group of 30 kids, and we are given tasks from, let's say, our principal, Mr. McElhaney, to help better the school, promote just good being. But then we also do some other events. Obviously, Mini-Thon is our biggest. Mm-hmm. That is in March of every year. And we've now took on the role of Wall of Fame, where we honor past IHS graduates who we think have been very successful and that have been nominated by the community to represent our school and show some Indiana pride.
Yeah, absolutely. And boy, this is something of which they can certainly be proud. So the 4 Diamonds for the Kids Mini-Thon, I don't know if that's the official title, but what does it benefit? What's the 4 Diamonds all about?
So the 4 Diamonds Fund is an amazing organization. Obviously, they're all based out of Penn State. That's where Penn State started their Thon. But then schools all around took on the role of having a Mini-Thon. So what the 4 Diamonds Fund does is they want to make treatment for children with pediatric cancer as easy as possible. Mm-hmm. So what we do is we raise money for them and have a big event, and every single dollar we raise goes to them and to help pay for their treatment and to help their family for travel and literally anything they would need during their cancer process. The 4 Diamonds is there. Yeah. They're amazing.
Has the Mini-Thon always been for 4 Diamonds?
Yes. Mini-Thon is, based off Thon, and Thon is a strictly 4 Diamonds. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of colleges around, the tri-state area, I'd say in Ohio, I've heard of does their version of a Thon. But the title of Mini-Thon and Thon is originated by the 4 Diamonds. So
do I understand correctly that this year's fund, even with all of the challenges, is the most you've ever raised?
That is correct.
How about that? That is just amazing to me. So how did they do it?
I really couldn't tell you. We fundraised so much this year. We immediately, when we were allowed to start planning for Thon, I got right on it, and I was like, all right, this is what we're doing. I worked hand in hand with the finance committee a lot, who was kind of in charge of all the fundraising and, divvying it up. Mm-hmm. And we just really, really figured out, this group's going here, this group's going there. We really just went for it, and we promoted it and tried to get the community involved as much as possible because we want this to be a community-based event. And, before we got cut off, I was in the midst of talking to some IUP students about trying to get IUP organizations involved because they actually this year brought up the idea of doing their own version, in next year. And we thought, well, this would be a great way for them to learn a few things and get even more involvement because, going through all this, everyone in Indiana is always so willing to donate and help us and, whatever we need, they just want to be involved, and it's awesome. And you see that this year raising that much money.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is an amazing thing. And obviously when you have something like this, as you mentioned, it takes some great organization, and it takes a buy-in from the students themselves. So who are some of those student leaders that helped to lead this effort?
Well, I mean, honestly, I think every single person in leadership in the 30 of us has their own designated role. There's, oh God, I don't even know where I'd start. I mean, I can, depending on how much time we have, I could read off all of our members.
Well, go ahead. We've got the time to do that, and it's worthy.
Oh, perfect. So, Lauren Brzezinski, Simon Bianco, Nathan Birch, Alexis Bonach, Brooke Boyer, Maddie Karoff, Sarah Denver, Lakin Dills, Jack Finnegan, Nick Hilliard, Harley Kessler, Molly Codman, India Krug, Amelia Kuzneski, Taylor Lang, Danny Lee, Abby Massengale, Reese McFarlane, Paige Mitzko, Alice Petroff, Justin Rabel, Eliza Ray, Avery Rudd, Alexis Mathers, Caitlin Stump, Katie Walkup, Grace Wolflayer, Oliver Singh, and Kevin Zhang.
Wow. You went A to Z on that, didn't you? Literally went A to Z.
I did. I really did. I had it saved in my phone from the video. So.
Well, it's just tremendous. So can folks still learn more about this and even participate?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this year's fundraising is, put to a halt. But since we already had our premiere, and immediately once school was evacuated, all fundraising stopped. We could never, go around and ask for money during the midst of a global pandemic. But our official Mini-Thon video is posted on all of our social medias, and it's on our YouTube, like the Indiana, like the district's YouTube. So anyone can go on there and watch it. It gives a good background on what we do and what the night would entail. You can always go online to Four Diamonds and look for the Thon and look it up. But yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's just an amazing thing that was done this year. We get amazing stories like these, and sometimes we shunt them to the back of the line too soon. This is something that needs to be celebrated, and these kids, they learn so much through taking part in events such as this, and it's really what citizenship is all about, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think this whole experience has been an education in itself. We've learned so much, especially then, like in the midst of this year, especially like showing that, wow, like not even a pandemic can like stop a group of kids from like reaching their goal for something so important.
Yeah, absolutely. Gia, give that total again.
$50,356.88, all going to the kids.
50,000. Say it again. $356.88. $0.88. I had to write it down because I know that I'll forget it, and that's something I don't want to do. I don't want to do that.
A lot of numbers.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a lot of heart that goes into an event such as this. And I know that the school year wrapping up is this year probably a little more bittersweet than it is and during other years and graduation. So a lot of those students whose names you mentioned are students that have been right here in our studios with us down through their school careers, if you will, here on Indiana in the Morning. We have so many of the IHS students stop by, and those names were very, very familiar to me, whether they're from working with the theater department or coming in with the Principal McElhaney and his group or whatever it might be. And many of them are seniors, and we might not get the chance to thank them and to see them again. Are those all seniors that you named, or are they all grade levels?
They are. All of them are seniors, yes.
Those all seniors. My goodness gracious. Well, what a way to go out, huh? Graduation.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Graduation is when?
Tomorrow,
and it's being televised on IUP TV.
It is, yes. It's 7 o'clock.
Amazing. Well, Gia Grettler, thanks so much for coming by to tell us about this. This is a wonderful thing and a great thing for a Thursday morning. We appreciate so much you're spending some time with us.
No problem. Thank you so much for having me.
Have a great day today.
Thanks. You too.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. 101.